Friends, we are heading to Dallas, Texas. I am super excited. If you've seen the last couple of videos, I filmed on my Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Not sponsored, I just love these glasses. And I thought I lost all this footage. I just got back from Dallas 2 or 3 days ago. I can't even remember at this point. And I thought I had lost all the footage. I filmed 4 different videos and I found the footage for 2. I am still learning how to use these. It's really simple. I think I just didn't realize that they had died, which is weird because it actually talks to you. These things are so cool. So I always link them down below. Not sponsored, I wish, but you're gonna see in a second the footage is vertical. You can only film with these vertically, but I can be hands-free. Hands down, one of the best investments I've made this year. I love those. So we're gonna go back to 2 days ago. We're gonna hit up some thrift stores. Subscribe if you like to come thrift with me videos. I'm gonna be going to Hawaii soon. I've thrifted with you all over the country. So if you like travel, come thrift with me videos. I've thrifted in Wyoming, Montana, Atlanta, New Jersey, literally all across the country. I've even taken you all to Scotland and Japan to thrift. So subscribe if you enjoy these. I go to Dallas, Texas, like 3 times a year minimum, usually like 3 to 5 times a year. My dad lives in the South, so I go quite frequently. Every time I go, I don't film, but I try to, when I go at least once or twice a year, I try to at least film a couple videos for you all. And then stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you about some things that have sold. I'm going to show you a little bit of a haul of things I bought while there. So grab a snack, grab a drink. You know what I always say, this is gonna be a long one. Let's go back to 2 days ago to Dallas, Texas. Okay, this is when we start the voiceover section of this video because their music got louder and louder. But I first entered the store and I saw this Tory Burch purse. This is the first Tory Burch I've ever found that I was like, something seems off about this. I did not know until very recently that there are fake Tory Burch purses out there. Like, there was no interior tag that said this was leather, but it felt like leather. I don't know. Maybe it was good, but this was the only like reasonably priced purse they had on that wall. And it was listed, I think, at like $15 or $20. Then they had like Kate Spade for $55. So, and things like that. So I kept on walking, but this store has a lot of sales. So if you are in, oh, look at this purse. That Kate Spade purse. $54.99. If you live in this area, it's worth looking at the signs. They have them posted around the store and outside because certain color tags are 50% off, and then they have like military discount and they have senior discount. So definitely read the signs if you're going to a thrift giant. And all of the thrift giants that I've been to quite a few now in the Dallas area, seem to do those sales. So I thought this was a rack of like stuff the employees were putting, but I saw a lot of customers putting stuff here, so I don't know if these are go backs or what. But a ton of Old Navy, Coldwater Creek. So you'll hear me talk about this later in the haul portion, but the first couple of racks at this store scared me because I was like, I'm finding like Coldwater Creek and super old Charter Club, and then I'm finding a ton of new tag stuff that they have priced at like $20 to $40. So I was a little bit scared. You're going to hear me say this a lot in this video. This store has a ton of new tags items. This can be a great store. My first thought after going to like 2 racks, I was like, if you're shopping for yourself or like to buy gifts for someone, this store could be great because the pricing was a little bit too high on these first 2 racks for resale, but like I mean, they had a ton of like stuff from Kohl's, Macy's, Nordstrom. You all know I talked to employees, made friends with the employee, and I was like, "Are you all getting direct donations from stores?" And she told me yes. That's usually a sign. Like if you see multiple new with tags items, like I'm talking like over 20 from the same brand, or like you can repeatedly keep seeing a new with tags Nordstrom clothing items, they're probably getting direct donations from stores or retailers or something like that. You will see that I try not to film people as much as I can, friends, but this store was packed, so I'm just gonna have to like bop around. These are J. Crew, new with the tags. They're like 98% cotton, 2% elastane, and they only had these priced at, I think it was $3. I was going to pick these up. Like I was literally carrying them around almost the whole time I was shopping. I didn't want to get a cart because it was super crowded. But after checking comps, this is why checking comps are so important, I found that they were only going to sell for maybe like $18 to $22 if I was lucky. And they probably wouldn't even sell for like 6 months, maybe a year. So I decided to put those back. I probably should have bought those for a live sale or to sell to my consignment store that I sell to when I sell to the owner. Link to that video down below. That was a mistake on my part. I should have bought those, honestly. And this is why I love diversifying my reselling business, because I checked sold comps as if I was listing this on eBay or Poshmark, right? But I know that I could have sold those new with the tags for 15, maybe $20 on a live sale, or the consignment store, the thrift store I sell to probably would have paid me out like 12, 10. They love new with tags J. Crew stuff. Like just last week, she paid me out $12 for a new with tags J. Crew tank top. Because she told me like her customer base loves it and they'll pay like 30, 40 bucks for it. And I get them all the time for like $2 to $3. So I should have picked those up. I don't know what I was thinking, friends. That was a mistake, but I always share with you the good, the bad, the mistakes that I make with reselling. And I definitely should have picked those shorts up for $3. This was the third or fourth rack I went to. I went to the skirts, which I don't know why I did that. Skirts is my least selling category with clothing. I don't know why. I think it's especially for us ladies. It's just harder because we all have different body shapes, body types. Like we could all be a size 8 and just be shaped so differently. So I don't know. But just personally, that's why I don't really like buying skirts online. But I thought, let me just stop by and see what's going on because I was getting a little discouraged. I know it's hard for you all to see the price tags. That's why I'm telling you the prices. But this stuff was marked up. Like the first 2, 3 racks I went to, other than those J. Crew shorts that I found, like that skirt. I mean, all of these skirts were priced anywhere from like $10 up to $30. And then like every 5 pieces, I would find something priced at $4. So you're going to hear me mention this multiple times in this video, but I don't know who does the pricing at this store because some of the items that I picked up that should have been marked up were marked at $2 or $3. So I don't know. Stick around to the haul. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you a couple of pieces that I picked up. But then like they would have a new with tags Banana Republic skirt that was retails for like $120 and they would mark it up to like $40, $50. So, I don't know. Maybe some people buy that. Like I said, this can be a great deal if you are shopping for yourself, but it was just a little too overpriced for resale. I did end up picking up this Rebecca Minkoff 100% silk skirt because surprisingly, this is why I can't be lazy and I just have to keep checking comps. Just a plain black little mini skirt, size 6. They're reselling. As I'm filming this, I always have some person who wants to fact check me like 8 months later and they're like, actually, they don't sell for that much. I'm like, ma'am, comps change like every hour. But as I'm filming this, I could probably flip that skirt for like $30, maybe even $40. The sell-through rate's not great, but those that have sold, can sell anywhere from 30 to 40 because it's 100% silk, really good condition. I was thinking of buying this new with tags skirt for myself. I really liked it, but they had it marked up. So I did end up picking up that skirt, but I just haven't purchased skirts that much this year, honestly, because they're just slow moving for me. So I probably should have picked up the shorts and not the skirt because the skirt's going to sit for a while. But once it sells, it should sell for a good price. Like, look at this rack. It's just new with tags, back to back to back. So I started finding some new with tags items that were not like super overpriced. So I was like, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope. And there was hope, friends. So this is why, and I mentioned this later in the video, this is why I always say, you know, don't get discouraged if you go to one rack in a thrift store and everything's overpriced or everything looks damaged or it's all brands you would never sell, because you never know what else you might find in the store. I used to do that earlier in my reselling journey. I would look at one rack and be like, this place is not for me. I'm not going to find anything here. And I probably missed out on so many great items because, as you can see, and you will soon see, I'm going to give you a walk around this store. This place is huge, and I found some gems. I will definitely be coming back here, but I really did take my time searching in the skirt section. I think part of the reason I took so long in the shorts and skirts is because, remember, I don't live here, so we flew here, and I am a severe overpacker, and I didn't have much room. So I was like, what can I buy that won't take up too much space? Because my first categories I usually go to in the thrift store are hard goods, dresses, and coats. No matter the season, I don't care if it's December, I don't care if it's June. Those are my highest profit selling categories. So that's where I usually go first. But of course, I wasn't going to go to hard goods until I saw their beauty section. They basically have like a small perfume counter and beauty. This place is amazing. Oh, I do show you the skirt. Here it is. This is the 100% silk skirt I picked up. And look at me carrying around those shorts. It's like haunting me. I should have bought those. You ever have that when you go to the thrift store? You carry something around and then you put it back last minute and you're like, you know what? I messed up. And I bought the thing. I bought the thing I probably shouldn't have bought. So we're going to move on from skirts and shorts, and let's take a look around this ginormous store. But I'm not joking. Probably about 80% of the items on this rack are new. It's wild. It was like almost shopping at like just a normal department store. Look at how ginormous this place is. I feel like my Meta glasses are actually making it look smaller because it's vertical. I should have filmed some footage on my phone, but like I said, this place was really busy. And Texas is not like California. I commend those of you that make content in Texas. People stare at you as soon as you pull out your phone. I feel like LA, or not just California, I should say Los Angeles, nobody cares if you're filming. They literally do not care. Like, you could have a GoPro, your phone, and your Meta glasses on, and people will just act like you don't exist. Like, nobody cares. But I like pulled out my phone for 2 seconds here, and I feel like everybody was staring at me, and I was like, let me just put this away. So yeah, I commend you, because I watch a lot of resellers that live in Texas, and they film all the time in public. I don't know, maybe it was just this store. Anyways, I love these glasses because they're discreet. That striped white and blue piece was Lulu's. It was a romper. I almost picked it up. I love selling Lulu's. I source Lulu's all of the ways. I buy it retail arbitrage. I buy it in liquidation. The boutique by the box Lulu's dress box that I got, one of my favorite boxes from Boutique by the Box. They don't have it in stock as I'm filming this. Everything was new in it. And it was all new without the tags. I got wedding dresses. I got gowns. I've sold like 70% of that box in less than 3 months. Shameless plug. I have a code with them. It's NikkiBeautyBlis. It's the same as my channel name, and you get 10% off. It doesn't work on all boxes, but most boxes. But I love selling Lulu's. If I can get it for a deal, I will pick it up. The only reason I didn't pick that romper up is because it was really short. I was thinking, like, are your booty cheeks supposed to be like hanging out of this thing? It was a size small, which I get it. It's a small, but like even for a small, I was like, you need to wear a diaper with this thing. So anyways, Those, honestly, a lot of my reselling friends will be like, oh, I don't pick up smaller sizes. They take so long to sell. I just posted about this on Instagram the other day. I don't have any problem selling smaller sizes. I do have problems selling items that are like you're going to need a diaper. You know what I mean? Like I have to put in the inseam and I put in the length of these items, and I will even put in my listings like this is very short. Just be aware because I don't want any returns. I used to have that happen a lot in my reselling career when I didn't like mention like sexy, or I would put like risque, and some people are looking for that, but it's just a harder sell. So I did not buy that Lulu's piece, but I am a big fan of selling the brand. I wasn't going to check this section out, but I just had to. I love selling beauty products. I love selling hard goods. So look at this. Look at this. I mean, they had everything. They had makeup, they had perfume, they had deodorant, they had toothbrushes. Most of this stuff was new. Some of like the lotions, like the Bath and Body Works stuff, I was like, has it been used once? I don't know. It looked a little low, but like all of this looked really good and priced sometimes lower than Bath and Body Works. I love when thrift stores have sections like this because where I live, Southern California, I don't know if it's like a liability thing or what, but it's really hard to find thrift stores that have beauty products. The only, like Goodwill doesn't do it almost at all. Like if you find a Goodwill in Southern California that has beauty products, you're in luck and you should check it out. But Savers will have a wall of bags that will have some, like soaps and stuff in it. And I have made huge money. I'm talking thousands selling beauty products, selling things that have been discontinued. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it. It's a little old, but it is still very relevant. Like I sell health and beauty more than I sell clothing. You're going to see on this channel coming up, I'm going to be doing a lot of different content, a lot of content that's the same. Come thrift with me, reseller news updates, like what's happening on the platforms. But I feel like I'm doing a disservice to some of you that are interested in hard goods and selling health and beauty, because those are actually my top selling categories. I've always told you all, I love selling clothing. I say like at this point, 50% of my reselling business is clothing, but the other 50% is health and beauty, sports gear, hard goods, like a mix of all of that. So I'm going to start sprinkling in that content. And I know it will not be for all of you, but for those of you that are interested, check it out. It'll be like once a week. So, all right, that's coming up. Anywho, this store was huge. I don't know if you just saw like 2 seconds ago that wall of gowns. It was literally gowns, wedding dresses, and maxi dresses. When I tell you I'm coming back here and I'm telling my husband, you can stay with my dad, I'm going to be gone for like 8 hours. Because that's how long. I don't need 8 hours, but honestly, I need like a weekend of thrifting in Dallas by myself. All right, we're back in Los Angeles. I forgot to mention, if you are new here, I don't know if I said this in the voiceover part. I'm in Los Angeles. My dad's in Dallas. My dad moved down there 7 years ago. I think I've told you all this, to take care of his elderly parents. They're in their 90s, and they bought one house. They all lived in the same house. He lived in the house with his girlfriend and his mother and dad, and my grandpa just passed away, so it's just my grandma now, and they're all living in one house. They've been in the South for a long time, but my grandma, his mom, is actually born and raised in Oklahoma, so I've grown up spending half my time in the South. Like, it's just, it's good. I love it. People are so nice. So nice. And I probably mentioned in the voiceover part that thrift store, the Thrift Giant, is actually in Louisville. So funny. I text my best friend, like I told you all, I grew up going to the South like for months at a time. And so I text my best friend, he lives in Dallas, and I was like, hey, I'm in Louisville. Isn't this near your house? Because I feel like this looks familiar. And he's like, girl, you're not even in Dallas. I'm like, what? I just think of the DFW area as huge. It's very big, but I guess that's another county. One of you told me it's called Denton County, but it's literally like what, 15 minutes outside of the Dallas area. I'm just gonna call it Dallas, but I know you Dallas friends will correct me in the comments. It's so funny because a lot of you live in Texas and a lot of you live in the DFW area, and you have no problems telling me, Nikki, this is not Dallas. So I'm going back to that store. I know initially I was like, everything that I was coming across was so overpriced, but you could spend hours at that store, and I'm so glad I took the time. Like, this is why I always say, don't just go into a store, look at one rack and be like, I'm not going to find anything here. Because the first rack I looked at, which I showed you all, things were like $20, $30, $40. And I'm like, is the whole store going to be like this? It's a huge store. That is one thing I love about Texas. You guys, specifically thrifting across the South. I found this in Atlanta too. When I thrifted in Mississippi, the stores are just huge. Like, we have huge stores here, but I mean, you all, your stores are like department stores, like all of it. It's amazing. So I went down a couple other racks and loads of new with tag stuff. And I think I mentioned this in another video and in a live sale. Shameless plug, I'm having my 3-year anniversary live sale on Poshmark, and I'm thinking of starting everything at $10. And I'm gonna have like Giorgio Armani, I'm gonna have bundles, I'm gonna have skims. So if you are a reseller and you're watching this, it would be a good live show to come to and get a deal. Or if you're just buying for yourself, like I'm gonna do outfits of the days. So I will leave a link to that live sale down below. I actually need to email Poshmark and ask them, when was my first live show? I cannot remember. I remember when my first Whatnot live show was. I went live there 3 years ago. I don't know. I have to ask Poshmark. So I'm going to ask them, but I'm going to set that up. And then I'm also having like a live sale today. That 3-year anniversary show will probably be in like a week. The day you're watching this, it'll probably be like a week from today because I need time to prepare. I want to have like 200 items for that show. But I am having a live sale the day you're watching this video. So link to that down below. And also, I have been doing some really awesome wholesale bundles that I offer to everyone who's part of my newsletter group, which is also linked down below. It's free to join. If you join, I send you a free Bolo ebook. I created it last year, and it's my top 100 selling brands. And then you're on my newsletter where I offer wholesale deals, usually weekly. I just sent out a bundle of 200 items to my wholesale customer in Alaska. She orders bundles from me. It was weekly, but I've had to like slow it down to twice a month. And she had such amazing stuff. So if you're interested, join the newsletter because I offer them the wholesale deals first. All right, I'm just gonna quickly show you some things I got. This video I just feel like is really long, okay? This is REI. This is a size large, a really nice men's windbreaker, like, you know, kind of windbreaker jacket. Perfect for year round. Like, this is the type of stuff you want to wear if you run, like when it's dark. Never do that, ladies. Please don't. Every time I see a woman running in the dark, I'm like, oh my God, I need to follow her with my car. I don't want anyone to hurt her. Please don't run. I don't know. You just don't do it, friends. I don't know. Maybe I watch too much true crime. So this is in really good condition. This was only $3. Well, that's what I was saying. I told you, friends, I go off on a tangent, but I will come back. If you keep searching, that store had some stuff that was like new attacks for $3. I don't know who does their pricing there, but at my thrift store, this would have been marked up to like $15, $20. And this is the stuff they were marking at like $2.99, $3.99. I'm like, you know what? I could spend hours here because you just dig and it's like finding treasures. And like I said, if you are local to that thrift store in Louisville, you should go there. A couple of you commented and a couple of you DM'd me on Instagram and was like, girl, can you stop telling people the location? Because that is my honey hole. So I'm done. I'm sorry. But it was a great store, friends. It was so good that I told you I'm going back. All right, this is Adidas, size large, another men's, I think this is men's. I don't ever know because like, I buy stuff and I'm like, I would wear this. So is it men's or unisex? But I think maybe I just like Like, I like all this type of stuff. It's really pretty, a really pretty color. I just realized though it has some staining on the back, so I'll stain treat that and wash it. It looks honestly like makeup or maybe a pen mark. So I picked that up. Guess how much I paid for that? Just guess. I'm gonna give you a second. $2. You see, that's what I don't understand. Like that here, that would be like 15 bucks, 12 bucks if I'm lucky. I found these Brooks Brothers. They're called the Regent Fit. They're men's, made in Egypt, size 33, 32. Really good condition. There's no pilling, and it's not very often that you see made in Egypt. Are these silk, wool? It's dry clean only. I knew it was either silk or wool. They're 88 wool, 8 polyester, 4 lycra. I might put this in a wholesale bundle because one of my like what do I call her? Like reoccurring customers, she told me one of her best-selling brands is Brooks Brothers. So I might just send that to her. These Levi's jeans, these are a size 38, 32. They're in great condition. They're men's. They're actually my husband's size. So I might give these to him. I'll have to check recent comps. I haven't sold this style in a while in this size, so I need to check comps because the pricing fluctuates on these in the reselling world. These are 100% cotton, right? It always says, oh, 82 cotton, 17 polyester, 1 elastane. Okay, so I'm gonna put those to the side. I might give those to him. This I'm either gonna sell to my consignment store where I sell directly to the owner, or I'm gonna put this in a wholesale bundle. This is 2 by Vince Camuto, and it's large, new with the tags, and this was only priced at $2. I don't know who does the pricing there, but I will take it. The rest of this stuff is actually from, most of this is from the Los Angeles bins, so I'll probably save that for another video because I've been sourcing like a mad woman. I don't think you all understand how high this pile is. This is probably like 65 items. These are all photographed. I just need to work with my virtual assistant to get them listed. So yeah, I'm gonna now show you some things that sold because a lot of you are interested in what sold. Also, I am doing a series on my Instagram and TikTok where every day I share what sold, but I go into detail. They're like quick little videos, like a minute, maybe 2. They're usually less than 2 minutes. So if you want to see daily what sold, I always link my Instagram and TikTok down below. They're going to be the same video, just on different platforms because I have different audiences on both. My TikTok is like a mix of personal life and reselling, and then Instagram is just reselling. So if you don't care about like mom life and travel and all that stuff, just follow the Instagram. But if you're interested in that, then follow the TikTok. So let's do some what sold. I've been a chatty girl. There is going to be one more Dallas video after this. I think I have like 10 minutes of footage from when I went to a consignment store. I have no idea what happened to the footage. Well, I know what happened, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video, I think. These talk to you. I know, my mom was like, can't you ask them to sponsor you? Because my mom watches all of these videos. She's like, you talk about them a lot. I'm like, Mom, they don't even sponsor people with like 1 million followers. I don't think they care about little old me, but these actually have speakers in them, and they tell you like what percentage they're at battery wise, but you have to have them on. Like I just put it on and she's telling me the temperature and that she's at 90% battery. But if you don't have them on, you can't hear what she's saying. Like she's telling you, my battery is dying. She's, oh my God, that creeped me out. It's so, 100%. She's talking, sorry. So if you don't have it on, so anyways, long story short, I put them in my purse. Why is she talking so much? I should go, friends. This is creepy. She's like telling me now about like recent news. These are wild. If you don't have them on, you can't hear what battery you're at. So I had them in my purse. I don't think I realized that they turned off. Anyways, I won't make that mistake again, but I love these. I was just like looking up the features because I wanted to make sure when I went to the bins today, I was actually filming. And you can take photos, you can take videos. Like I told you, you can have these on and someone can be speaking to you in another language and it will translate into your ear in your language what they're saying to you. Like these would have been so cool when I was in Japan because people could be speaking Japanese around me and I tap a button and it would translate what they're saying to me in English. Same thing if you're like, look, that's like the coolest, one of the coolest features to me because I travel a lot. Like if you're looking at something that's written in Japanese, you just click a button and it'll translate it for you and tell you. It'll read out loud what you're looking at. It's wild, friends. I know. Some of you are like, girl, stop talking about these glasses so much. Once I get over all the cool like features that it does, I promise you I'll stop talking about them so much. But I just love these. So I'll link them down below. I got mine on Amazon, friends. They are a bit of an investment, but I keep saying, like, even if you're not a creator, I feel like you could really get a lot of use out of these, like family events, traveling. If you just want to be hands-free and you need like directions, it's pretty cool. So, all right, those are linked down below. Let's get into some solds. Well, this is sad. I was going to show you some what sold items here from all the platforms, but my camera died because this video became so long. So we're currently like coming up on minute 32 of this video. Subscribe. Why is that so hard to say? If you haven't already, and I will include some what solds at the end of tomorrow's video. Am I gonna have a video going up tomorrow? As I'm filming this, friends, this is the 4th video I have put up this week. Today is Thursday. I've put up a video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't know if a video is going to go up on Friday, but there will be a video for sure this weekend if you're watching this the day I put it out. And I don't know, do you all want a dedicated what sold video? I'm always conflicted on doing those because you guys don't watch them. Like 2 of you will comment and will be like, Nikki, I'll watch them, I promise. And that's literally how many people watch them. But then I watch other people's, I can't speak. By the way, I am recording this voiceover at 3:45 a.m. because I am nuts and I wake up literally before dawn every day. And a lot of you will watch other people's what sold videos. So maybe I should just give it a try. Maybe I should just do it like monthly. Maybe I should do a what sold over $40 or something. I don't know. You all let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. I could do a dedicated video, but what I've been doing that you all seem to enjoy is just like putting it at the end of these longer videos. So let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the newsletter. Come to my live sales. I will be posting more on socials about my 3-year anniversary, huge blowout sale we're going to have. I did email Poshmark because for the life of me, I cannot remember the exact day I had my first live sale. I filmed a video recording the process, so I know around the general time frame, but that video came out like days after my first live sale. So keep a lookout for that, and I will see you soon. Ciao.